Hey everybody, Coach Brew here. A little windshield wisdom for you on a gorgeous February morning here in Maine. I am headed to the office. I want to share a story with you. It relates to you and your business based on an experience I just had this weekend. I was hanging some pictures and things up in my office when I realized I didn't have a level and I needed a stud finder. So I went to the local hardware store at 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning. They were closed. I love supporting locally owned small businesses over big box retailers every day of the week, 100% of the time, even if it means paying a little more. I'm a small business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm local, I get it. That being said, when you're a small business that isn't open, well, I should take that back. When you're a small business in the home improvement space that isn't open on a Saturday morning at like 11:30, don't blame the big box retailer for your problems. Don't blame them, being able to sell at a lower price, having more inventory, whatever the excuse du jour might be. You're a victim of a self-inflicted wound at that point. You should be open when it's convenient for the customer. And this isn't a message just for someone who owns a hardware store in, rural Maine. This is an example of, we're all in this story. Being in business isn't convenient. There's nothing convenient about being in business. Nothing at all. We have to be open when other people aren't. We have to get in earlier, stay later. It's not convenient. We have to work weekends. I think one of the great examples, and by great I mean horrible, are banks. There's that old expression, banker's hours. What are banker's hours? After the average Joe, average Jane has already gone into work on a Monday, and the banker goes to work, and then the bank closes before the average American gets out of work on a weekday, and the bank typically has no or very limited weekend hours. There's nothing convenient about that for the customer. So how are you making business really convenient for your customers? You ought to be open when they're not at work, so they can actually frequent your establishment. It's mystifying to me how many business owners justify their hours or lack thereof, and how inconvenient they are for their customers. So when I have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's to get a level and a stud finder, and a tape measure too. Yeah, I had to get those three things. It's not because I'm looking for the lowest priced. I would argue, most business owners are like me, and they're partial to the local small business in their community. But when that local hardware store isn't open at 11:30 on a Saturday morning, you're forcing me to give the big box retailer my money against, not against my better judgment, because, they solved the problem I had, but they weren't my first choice, put it that way. And I think it's so often is the case, not just with ours, but we make doing business with us inconvenient. I'm blown away at how many places are cash only. They don't take checks or credit cards. And they justify only taking cash because, the credit card processor is, they take a percentage in transaction fees. Well, yeah. And a lot of customers prefer to pay with credit because if there's a problem with the product or the service, you can put it in dispute with your credit card company. You have a safeguard in place that you wouldn't with cash. And those business owners are missing out on the opportunity for people to give them money. Because if you tell me you only take cash and it's something I need you to stand behind, I'm going to go to another store that offers the exact same product or service and they'll take my credit card. Because it's convenient and there's a safeguard in place. So, how are you inconveniencing yourself to convenience your customers? And how are you making it easy for them to give you money? Easy might be different forms of payment processing. Easy might be more convenient hours. Easy might be delivery service. How are you making it convenient and easy? Not for you, because there's nothing convenient about being in business, but for your customers. That's all I got for you. I'm going to run in, grab a cup of coffee before I sign off and I head into Dunkin'. Don't judge me, I'm not going to Starbucks. Before I sign off, just want to remind you, if you're not subscribed to the Daily Brew, which is my weekly, sometimes daily newsletter, go to coachbrew.com, sign up there. You'll actually get a 12-page premium sample of my membership site newsletter. It's kind of a complicated call to action, I realize. You're going to sign up for my daily. You'll also get free a sample of my premium newsletter. And that sample will be delivered to your inbox immediately upon sign up, and it's going to give you 12 ways to double your sales or just double your results in your life. Head on over to coachbrew.com now. Get yourself that. And this has been another episode of Windshield Wisdom. Make it a great day.